I would like to show you how to create a string art design. This makes one of the most beautiful art pieces that we have this semester, but it's probably one of the messiest pieces that you will do. I suggest if you're doing it with your classroom that you have a table set up in your classroom and maybe only pull 1 or 2 children back at a time. It's not one you would do with the entire group at once. The supplies that you will need will be a sheet of construction paper, and that construction paper will be folded in half. Now I'm using white, but you can use any color. You also need acrylic paint. Some bright colors always work well, and children love those. And then you will need some kind of string. Now this is just some craft string. I know it may be a little bit hard to see, but some string that you can use to put into your paint. So let's begin. I'm going to use my craft string, and I'm going to just kind of wad it up a little bit, and I'm going to put it into my pink paint and just kind of really get it covered in paint. Now this is really the messy part. I guess you could use gloves. I don't ever do very well with gloves. But your string doesn't need to be too long, but go ahead and get you some extra length on there, and then you can always cut it. Okay, after I have my string covered with my paint, I'm going to pull off a little bit. I had quite a bit of paint on there, and I've already got my paper folded. It's good to go ahead and fold your paper to begin with, so you don't have to stop and fold it and clean your hands. Now that I have it folded, I'm just going to take my string and I'm going to just lay it and kind of curl it. I don't curl it too much, but just kind of curl a shape on there. And I'm going to clean off my fingers here. And I have one end, and this is very important, one end that you will not put into the paint, so that you have a clean end to work with. Okay, once I have this, I'm going to take my, I'm going to move this paint up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to take your string and take the clean end and kind of hang it off the edge of the paper like that. And then you're going to fold your paper over. Okay, and just kind of press it a little bit. Now you can use your hand, but I have found that if I take a textbook or some small book and just lay it on top and put a very light pressure on it, then take the end of my string that's clean, then I'm going to pull my string out of my paper. Okay, and you can feel the paint coming off of that string. Now then, when I open it up, hopefully we'll have a really neat design. And I see I have 2 of them, one on each side. But you can create some really wonderful pieces like that. Now I'm going to do one more. I haven't made a big enough mess yet. So what I'm going to do is take my string again, and I've got some blue paint, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take my string and kind of curl it up into my blue paint. And then I pull my paint off, and I'm just going to lay it on top of my design, still keeping that clean end. Wipe my hands a little bit. And then I'm going to fold my paper one more time and lay my book on top, and I'm going to pull. Okay, and I've pulled my string out, and let's open this up and see what other design. And see, that just creates some more three-dimensional look, but you can create some wonderful pictures using your string art. Let me show you a couple that have been done by students. This one was done with 3 different strings. Now sometimes you can put 2 strings in at the same time and pull, but sometimes it gets a little bit hard to pull. But they've used black and blue and red. These always remind me of calla lilies for some reason. This student used yellow construction paper and used 3 different colors of paint, and then put an orange backing on her background, which brought out the orange tones in her work. But these are great projects to do. The only drawback with this is that it's very, very messy, and it would be something you would need to do more with an individual student than with your entire classroom at one time. But it's a great project, and you can get some good designs with it.